Hello ladies and gentlemen, and very quickly we return back to the Nurburg ring. We're at the GP. This is the WTC 900. We're looking to try and beat this with an unmodified car standard. So it's World Touring Cars GP2 Field 900 PP class. With that being the case, we're up against all of the entire GP2 field. We've previously done this race in the RCF. We achieved the first place, but it rained. And the question is whether it can be done in the dry. So we're going to have a bit of a few stabs at this to try and get a dry race, because I didn't realise it rained in the first one and we pulled it off on the last lap. So settings are going to be the Nismo GTR Nismo. Let me start this again. It's going to be the GTR Nismo GT500 16, fully shod with medium tyres. We're going to attempt a 6 and a 4 lap. So we could push to 7 if we think the mediums have got it, so we can really push on the softs. We might get a little bit stringy on the softs if we go any longer. The only modifications we're making are physically to the parts already added to the vehicle. So customizable suspension is standard. We haven't changed anything. Differential, fully customizable, we've changed to 555. Downforce, we've not put any on the front. We're giving the rear everything. ECU is set to 100, no changes. The transmission is manual. We've not purchased anything for that. We could actually put on a longer box and then mess with the gear ratios, but it was expressly asked if we'd try and do it standard. No turbocharger, no anti-lag system. We're leaving the brake pads as they are. Brake control, we're just setting that to the front. Nothing else added, as you can see. 100% standard. So as we're doing this, the actual original one is posting up. I'll post it as it comes on. So here we are at the track. Settings for the race will be assist, traction control 1, default ABS, and everything else off. We've been doing another challenge at the same time as this, so we're interweaving them, keeping ourselves busy. Controller settings, steering 5, controller steering sensitivity 5, force feedback max torque 7, force feedback sensitivity 7. So we've talked about the strategy. It's a standard car. We're hoping for a dry track. We're just going to have to see what it says on the rain gauge. Nothing has happened before the race. It doesn't look like there's anything coming in whatsoever. It looks like it's going to be dry. Just going to see how it goes. Should take around 20-25 minutes this race. And you see it in the top there. Rain coming in just from the top, so we're just going to have to take a look at that and see where we go. So let's give it a shot. Don't know how bad the rain is going to be. Braking on the 100. Got a lot more oomph than the RCF. The RCF felt a bit tweaky. Just have to see how this goes. We are got to keep the power in. We've done the magic 555 on the rear diff just to keep that in line underneath ourselves. A lot of people suggest, halving the initial values that are default as an outset, and if that doesn't give you stability, the 555 will cure all ills. It doesn't always, but it's a really good basic change. What is it? Really slows down your acceleration coming out the corner. Really, it stops the back end spinning up. We can see the rain now entering the rain radar just to the east of north, just to the right of the centre at the top, just underneath the DA of radar. Now the challenge for us here is to overtake 2 cars a lap. That's what we're targeting. We've got to hope that rain is just sort of disappearing. It's not actually coming through. We're 43 seconds away from the front. So if Mr. Sternberg or Mr. Jahul up there, if they are going to go the whole of this race without a pit stop, they are start this race 46 seconds ahead of us. 43 seconds as we come into the end of the first lap. Going to be a 51 or something. There we go, 49. We've got to really get this lap time down. Now, if the game wants you to be doing mods or want you to be using a GR1 car, that's absolutely fine. But the question is, as a field of cars, can we beat these cars using a standard GR2? And I think we can. I've actually did this yesterday in this car. Slightly different tune. And I came second by 8 seconds. That rain is just threatening to come in. But it was entirely dry for the whole race. We never saw any rain whatsoever. So what I'm hoping for is some relevant... Yeah, we're going to get 6 laps in. Coming alongside our compatriot. Our teammate. That was in the 08 car though. Go on lap 2 now, 40 seconds behind. Mr. Sternberg puts in a 1:55 for the fastest lap. So the lead cars are just going past start finish now. Not sure what lap times it is. I know what I posted on the thread when I replied earlier, but I think I was 10 seconds out. I couldn't remember at work. My brain, you know my age. Oh, I'm proper old now. Oh, we're going to have to start again. Here we go then. Let's have a look at the timing and see just how far we are away from the front of the grid. They are already down to the apex of the first hairpin. We've got the rain radar on and we can just see evidence of rain in the very top middle underneath the A of radar. Second A. Don't know how much rain is going to come or whether there's going to be any, whether it's just a threat. We've got to chase these cars down though. We've got to really give ourselves a chance at this. I might have misquoted my times when I responded on the thread earlier. Yeah, definitely evidence of rain there. We're going to get past Mr. Pinelli. Mr. Elt in the Lexus. We need to aim to overtake 2 cars a lap. Be very aware that this car is very slidey. It's extremely quick and under throttle it does like to play the back end game. So we're running max downforce, but that's not going to be enough in this case, I don't think. We've got to keep ploughing on. So 43 seconds back. At 43 seconds back with 10 laps. Well, it's 9 laps now. That's the first indicator we've got a time. We've got to divide that 43 seconds by 9. That tells us how many seconds a lap. We've got to be quicker, and we've got to do a pit stop. So if any of those guys do a no stopper, we've got to potentially gain 46 seconds plus. Ooh. We shot through that braking zone, didn't we? Just got to miss my braking point marginally. Seconds. Just watching that rain, it's just staying away. First thing we did was flick to the rain radar, because that's our biggest threat to being able to chase these boys down. We'd ideally like it to stay dry. Mr. Yamanaka. Cut as much as we can to make these as straight as possible, these corners. So Mr. Sternberg, a 156. Our outlap was a 148. So if Sternberg's at the front doing 56s, we need to see where we're going to be. This is going to be a 45. Well, if it's a 45, we're going to be rattling some 11 seconds out of them a lap, which is phenomenal. That little hook of rain at the top of the screen there is just looking like it's making some sort of threat. Merc CLKs, they are extremely rapid cars. Not in my hands, they're not. So tyres are looking good, fuel's looking good. The rain, it looks like it's hazing over. GT500 there is looking very, very nice in its Tom's livery. We want that rain to go away. We want a dry race, really. So that was a 52.273 that lap. So why was our out lap 148? How did that go so quickly? Unless the timing point, the start point was different. Obviously their starting point and the timing point were different. But we're making time already. Taking that tighter line, 35 seconds back. So we gained 8 seconds over that lap, which is decent. Got to understand whether all of these guys at the front, well, Mr. Chihule's lost another place to Mr. Breyer. If we've made any time up there. Fronts and the rears are looking okay. A little slither of rain, that hook of rain is coming down, so another 2 seconds off. Fuel load is lightning, we're down to 50%. Yeah, that's better apex-ish. That rain to go away, we don't want that to come anywhere near us in reality. Looks like it's incoming though. The weirdest looking weather I've seen. Just the thinnest touch of cloud. Up to 12th place. Mr. Sternberg leads Mr. Breyer. They're at 31 seconds out. Part of the discussion today is how can it be possible that this guy runs hard tyres at those lap times to enable the win, but they are 46 seconds ahead. So it's got to be very, very difficult to close out 46 seconds. If he runs a nose stop on fuel map 6, he's not actually running massive laps. He only has to run 150s to keep it behind, because you've got to gain 46 seconds. I appreciate 150 is a pretty movie lap, so if he ran 154s, you've got to gain 6 seconds a lap. 10 laps, 60 seconds. But you've got a pit stop in there. You're going to have to move 7 to 8 seconds a lap faster than him, plus the pit stop. Mr. Gallo. So the rain should be touching us any moment, but it's kind of glistening over the top and not coming anywhere near. We'll just have to see how it goes. And Mr. Fraga and Mr. Ordonez just getting it together in 8th and 7th place. We're just making it. Once we get past Mr. Fraga, we'll see the entirety of the field ahead of us, but we are some 27 seconds behind. We've got to make that pit stop either at the end of this lap, maybe the end of the next lap. That rain cloud is just backing away. Still in the purple. We didn't go purple. We were 0.6 of a second down last lap. That's a bit of a letdown. We must have struggled for traffic at one point, or we made a bit of a mistake. That rain is just circling away, so we're kind of okay at this time. No real threat as we see that rain. Unfortunately used the Lexus as a bit of a post there to steer against. So coming up to the end of lap 5, probably want to try and do 2 more laps on these tyres. Try and see how it pans out at the front. We're now coming up against the Audi. Mr. Drummond has gone in on 9% fuel. We had a minor lift there. There's the first sub 49. No rain at this time. I reckon we could do 47s on the softs. So I would concede defeat on the fact that if he meant 100% standard, as in no tweaks at all, no aero, no diff, I think I'd struggle. And I think at this moment in time, 5 laps in, we're on lap 6, 20 seconds down, we've already gained 26 seconds. We've still got a pit yet. The closest I've got in the races I've done is 8 seconds away on a full dry race. So I'm going to do 1 more lap, I think. I think the fuel's going to allow us to do 1 more lap. Yeah, we're going to do 1 more lap. I think we're going to get that opportunity. Not going to short shift at all. I'm not going to back it out. 18.6 seconds behind. Yeah, it's telling us we can do that. That's fine. So this 1 more lap, take 3.2 laps of fuel, just in case. I'm going to go back to the rain screen. Look, there's no rain at this time. Continues to threaten. A break just before the 100. 5th place, Mr. Inestrosa. They're ahead of us, 3 seconds. We're 17 seconds back from the leader. Back end was just picking up a fraction of torque then. It was just feeling a little bit squirrely behind the back. Okay, preparing for the pit in, 15 seconds behind. Mr. Jahul and Mr. Inestrosa getting it together. If Mr. Jahul is the one we've got to beat, he's going to be the one we had to chase down last time, then he is running a lot slower than we are. Look, that rain is just threatening to come. It's going to take him on the inside. We've just overshot. Oh, it's us, the yellow flag. That's a shame. Let's just hope that's not the difference at the end. Mr. Inestrosa's in second. Mr. Jahul goes past. There we go. We're taking softs. We want 3.2 laps of fuel. So we're giving away to Mr. Jahul an entire pit stop, and we've got to catch him up. So I reckon he's running fuel map 6 on hards. Mr. Breyer came in though. That RCF must be doing well on fuel. Is Sternberg coming in? That's the question. We're having to pit because of fuel, not because of tyres, so go, go, go. Don't delay me any longer. Mr. Ordonez and Mr. Serrano. So we're 42 seconds back. There's absolutely no chance, is there? "42 seconds in the dry." How fast can we go on these softies? That rain is just skirting around the outside of us. And we are playing the game on hard. I did forget to prove that at the start of the race, but we are on hard, so I don't think there's any doubt of where we're at. Mr. Breyer has pitted, so without a doubt, if these guys all pit, we have a chance. But Sternberg and Jahul seem to be going all the way. Maybe we needed to. We've only made 6 seconds out of that lap. We haven't taken the probably 12 seconds that we needed. "34 seconds, 2 laps to go." So Sternberg's in. That rain is doing very well to stay away. We're going to touch the 48s. Down to 15 seconds. 1 lap. There's a 48. There's no way in the world. Absolute no way. We're going to be 8 seconds away. And I don't feel I've made 8 seconds of mistakes. So it's got to be race rotation. The realisation that we can't win it. 13 seconds. They are both down at the carousel, the bottom of the corner here. There's no way we're catching Sternberg and Jahul. Not a chance. I could have probably got another lap on the softs, couldn't I? It would have probably gone better to go 6-4. 10 seconds. There's a chance we can get to within 8. But we're going to have to find a race rotation that allows us. Probably got half a lap too much of fuel. Sternberg and Jahul both went all the way. We were 8 seconds back. So we're going to move on with the video. We have got another chance to do this. So what I'm going to do is just filter back and give you some clips from that. But there we are, 3rd place, 8 seconds back, which is a tough one. 54k, not the dollar we wanted, and a 3-star roulette ticket. Happy days. Let's see what the retry brings. Let's have a look at the rain. I pretty know this is going to absolutely buck it down. If it doesn't, we're just going to have to see what the rotation is and give it a shot. Could be able to upload the video accordingly very soon. No rain on this one. Okay, let's give it another shot. We're going to go 6 laps. Try 6 and 4. Try and go that extra sprint on the soft tyres. And the outside, Mr. Pinnell. Always a very clean and courteous driver, Mr. Pinnell. Never gives us trouble. Mr. Helt here has occasionally been trouble. I'm going to get the gas down and just get on past him. Need to go that bit quicker. It feels warmer today at this race. The sun's blazing. We've got our eye on that rain radar just to see what's going to happen. The calm before the storm, one would suggest. Now we do know the game employs rotations as a process. It has different scenarios for the race, maybe 5 or 6, 8 and 9 sometimes. Because some of the license tests some of the missions have different setups, so you can clearly experience different AI patterns and driving lines as we go through them. So that opening lap of 1:47.494, we're 41 seconds back. We're still persisting with the 1 stop with a standard car, no modifications. Got a little tweak there from Mr. Yamanaka. Up front, Mr. Lim and Labutli. Just a presence up in front. We're going to try and chase them down very quickly. And we've got rain coming in from the right. This rain looks hideous. If it's anything more than we want it to be, we're going to have to just move on to the next race. Because we want a dry race event. The rain makes it really possible because they run too long on the wrong tyre. Still a challenging race. Mr. Lim and Mr. Labutli were up to 37 seconds back. Mr. Pounder and Mr. Sasaki not going to give us any trouble whatsoever, I don't believe. Mr. Sternberg puts in a 55. Rain isn't coming very quickly. We can just keep it bay. It just floats about over there for a while. There shouldn't be a problem. but we'll keep persevering. .57.41 in 12th place, 36 seconds down. It's the apex. And put us for a second down there. We could have potentially improved by a second. Because if it's just a perfect race scenario, then that's great. We need to know, we need to be able to do the perfect race to get the win. And it will be by the skin of your teeth crossing the line. Half a second up, which could have been 1.5 if we'd got that apex correct. It's just starting to look like it's threatening. Lap 3 just about to complete. Got another half a second in it there. 29 seconds in the rears. That rain is starting to progress. It's threatening, but it's not actually on its way yet. Just sliding through the apex. These front tyres just struggling to grip from maximum performance. 1:49.256 is the fastest lap, which belongs to us. It's like a tropical storm circling over the sea, out to sea, waiting to come and just thrash the life out of us. So Mr. Moisov and Mr. Fraga are just going to become our victims as we enter this corner. We bombed down the inside and just lent on Mr. Noisov. No, Mr. Fraga we lent on, sorry. That rain cloud is just waiting out there. Lap 4, we're going to do one more lap. The old Nissan NSX, the new Nissan NSX. We go streaky through there and we force Mr. Inestrosa to go narrow across the chicane there, and he doesn't pick up any penalty that we can see. Range still hanging out to the right hand side. 24 seconds back with 2 seconds down there. Leaning on Mr. Inestrosa there. We're on lap 5. We're going to do one more after this one. Change to the soft tyres and see if we can rash our way to the end. Got to 7th place. We've probably lost 3.5 seconds in delays or mistakes or errors or wrong lines, misjudgments. Yeah, we've probably gained a couple of seconds as well from leaning on people. Just a little bit slower than our previous lap. The grip's giving away from us. Grip's going away. We're going to brake just before that. We're going to try and just force our way through. Have a little lean on. So Mr. Drummond's gone to the pits. We're going to do one more lap. That rain cloud has not made it yet. We want it to stay away. We're 20 seconds down. Looks like we're on the fortunate route at the minute. We're going to pit in the end of this lap. I don't know how successful we're going to be at this point. We don't know what that rain's going to do. It could charge at any minute and come flying in. Fastest lap of the race, a 1:49.256 still was the fastest lap we put in lap 3, and we're 2 seconds off that each lap, so not really making a massive gain. With 0.3 away on this lap from the fastest lap, so we're not going to get a time check on that because we are going to the pits, so we won't complete the lap without the pit stop. So 16.5, we've made 3.5 seconds this lap round, catching Mr. Jahul, which is pretty much what we did last race. We're going to try and give ourselves an extra lap on the softs to see what we can do. So going to the pits, lap 6. Come out on lap 7. We're going to take 4 laps. We're going to take 4.0, expecting to finish with 0.3. We're going to drop down the field that little bit further, which isn't very good. Not very good at all. We don't want that to be the case. Go laps of 4. There it is. Probably just a little bit more than we should. We're only stationary for 9 seconds. That rain looks like it's staying away. So we are in 10th place, 40 seconds back. So we've got to catch up 10 seconds a lap. We're probably going to have to consider doing 2 stops on soft, 1 stop on softs. We'll do 5 and 5 and just see if we can take 2 more seconds every lap. It's probably only 1 second a lap difference between softs and mediums, so we'll probably gain some 10 seconds maybe, which would suggest we only lost by 8 seconds. That 2 stops on 1 stop on soft, 2 stints of soft might be what it needs. We're back behind Moisov. We're going to ask him to be a little bit flexible with his braking zone at this next junction. Here we go. We're through it. We came through brilliantly. He was going to the pits anyway. Is that any quicker than a 2:04? It's a 1:59 with the stop involved. So we're up to 5th place. Being back in the purples feels good. 30 seconds down. We want no delays at all. Oh, Mr. Breyer, that was quick out of there. Don't brake on the apex, Mr. Breyer. That's just unnecessary. There's no need to brake there at all. I could have braked a little bit more there, probably a bit earlier. That rain is just trying to squeeze us now. Can we get in and finish before the rain comes? 27 seconds down. I'm anticipating. Oh, I thought Mr. Kawakami would pit then. This is so close to being a dry race. 1:48.8. It's our colleague there, teammate. I'm not going to attempt to fly the apex of the chicane to straight line it. Still got tremendous grip on these softs. Halfway through the third lap, well, a third of the way through the third lap on these tyres. Mr. Jahul is some 6 seconds ahead. Mr. Sternberg, is he going to pit? Or are they both going to go all the way? That rain looks like it's on its way. We're not actually going to pit for tyres, we're just going to keep going. There's a chance of a 47. Sternberg's pitted, so it's just us versus Jahul. Last lap, it's about to rain. This is an absolute nail biter. Absolute nail bite. We nearly lost the back end. This race is on. This is a race for the win. I can just see rain coming down. He's not actually in yet for fuel. Who's that? Is that Sternberg? It is. So it's a three-way tie for first place. So the only person in front of us who hasn't pitted is Jahul. Old Sternberg didn't take much fuel, if any. Well, I think I'll post this as an entire video. I don't think I'll cut it. It's all about the rotation, and it's worth you guys seeing and understanding that. I know it'll be an hour-long video. I apologise, but you can always skip through and see the results if you want to. But what a tremendous little challenge. I apologise, I didn't notice who the name of the person was. I'll pick up on that when I go back in to post the video links. But what a tremendous little race. We're 1.5 seconds in the lead. All we have to do is drive it to the end now. It's raining, it's just starting to tinkle down. Almost a dry race. We've got to call it a dry race. It won't be anything more than that. There's the fuel warning that we were so careful to cut. But that was a tremendously difficult race. In the end, it turned out relatively smooth with a 1:48.357 fastest lap, and there she is, top of the day. Ooh, and I do like that kind of challenge. That's good. That's good. So 1840, and I'd like to look back and just have a look and see what the time difference is, to see how that differs between the different rotations of race. A 148.357, we didn't quite dip into the 47s. That was lap 9. Most successful strategy there was the one where we pitted on at the end of lap 6. We only get the 135,000 credits, not to worry. The victory is what it counts, and there she is. Absolutely stunning little race, but we'll leave you there, folks. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one. All the best. Take care.